Hey everyone, Jody from Burdock Off-Road Adventures here. Today we're going to go over our 2-year review of the Anderson Composites hardtop. We know a lot of you guys have been asking us for this, so we're glad to finally bring it to you. Stay tuned. Alright, so first thing first, let's just go ahead and say I have no regrets. So I've not had any issues with my hardtop. I have had it for 2 years as of the middle of April. I bought it the week before Supercell from our friends up at Middleton Motorsports in Wisconsin. At the current time I lived in Chicago, so I drove up, got it, switched from a soft top. The factory soft top was horrible. I don't know if it's gotten better since then. Mine's a 2021, so it's the first year they were made. So I can't really speak on whether or not they've improved any since then, but I can tell you this. That hardtop has been fantastic. I've had no issues with quality. No issues at all. I've not had to go to Anderson's to have them change anything. I will say that the sound deadening is great, and the difference between it and the soft top is between night and day. Something to be mindful of. This is exactly like the factory MIG top as far as functionality. So you have two pieces in the front, a middle piece, and then the big back piece, just like the MIG 2.0, right? So the good thing about that is you have the same functionality as stock, but you're just a better quality top. It's fiberglass, so you don't have to worry about the delamination that some people have experienced with their factory tops. But also, too, is that if you ever have to have something replaced, in our case, we had to have the rear window replaced because the rear glass shattered, which happens a lot with the factory tops in most cars in general, the tempered glass. We just had the body shop file an insurance claim, bought us a brand new factory window, but voila, fits perfectly, just like the stock one does. All the hinges and stuff like that, they are compatible with stock. So anything you need, Anderson Composites is really good about providing that stuff. But you can always get it from a Ford dealer too. So especially when it comes to the glass, the hinges in the back and such like that. It hooks up just like the factory one does as far as electronics and the wipers. It comes with the wiper and the defroster in the back just like the factory one does. So still keeps that same functionality in that regard. So, you know, whenever you want to talk about what the options are out there, how does Anderson Composites compare? I'll be honest with you, I've only seen up close the turn off-road and the armadillo tops. I've not seen the rally tops. The pictures I've seen, I don't like them. I just think they look horrible, even though they are the cheapest option. The ADV, they're not there. So maybe they should have spent less time jumping on the roof and dogging their competition, as opposed to trying to promise people all these hardtops. But I digress. So keep in mind, Anderson Composites is not having me say any of this, and Anderson Composites is not sponsoring this video in any way. I do have a discount code with them, but it does not work with hardtops. It will, however, work with our carbon fiber fender deletes. Those are awesome as well. Anderson Composites has really great quality. They've been working with Ford Performance for a long time with the Mustangs and other vehicles. They also have fenders. Sets for the Broncos. That discount code does work with all that stuff, and it can save you a pretty significant chunk of change. So if you're in the market for fiberglass fenders, carbon fiber fender deletes, or anything that Anderson Composites sells, with the exception of the hardtop, that code works with all of it, so you can save a big chunk of money. And we'll put that code down in the description below. But back to the other point I was going to make is the other two companies, they make good quality hardtops as well. I don't think you can make a bad decision with those three aftermarket, Anderson Composites, Armadillo, and Turn. Turn off-road is very more similar to like the ADV was supposed to be, to where it was mainly going to be three pieces, the two front pieces, and then the middle piece and the back were fused together. There's pros and cons. Obviously, the con is that you can't just have the whole seating section uncovered. The pro might be, and I don't know this for a fact, but it might be that maybe there's less noise. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm perfectly fine with the noise level in my Anderson Composites hardtop. You know, and as far as the Armadillo goes, you know, we're great friends with some of the guys that have those. We love our friends that use them, Bronco, Raptor Roach, 512 Bronco, a bunch of guys that we know use them. Everybody's had good luck with them. I've heard nothing negative about them. And if you want the ultimate functionality, I think that's probably the way to go as far as attachments and such. But be mindful, you know, it may not be for everybody. It is a different look. It is a different beast altogether. But I will say I think the quality's there, and I think Armadillo does a great job. Same thing with Turn Off Road. I think they got great quality. I think their product is a great product as well, and I would not discourage anybody from considering them either. I think it's a matter of functionality and looks. So I think between those three options, they're close in price. You know, to some extent, they're pretty close. So I think either one of those three options is a great option. I can tell you from my personal experience, though, I have nothing but good things to say about the Anderson Composites top. You know, I followed up with Zach at SEMA and Anderson Composites. Talked to him, you know, told him that, you know, I've not had any issues. Keep in mind, we were one of the first ones to get one because we got it like at the first week they shipped them out. And so we've had it. We're a very early adopter. And honest to God, I don't have any regrets whatsoever. It's a great top. You know, would highly recommend it. It's held up. We've had it on, you know, you may ask, you know, well, how does it hold up during extreme off-roading, overlanding and such? Well, most of you all know we've had the trail racks full rack and we've had the trail racks half rack on this thing. And we had them on there while we were wheeling pretty hard. We had the full rack on there when we did the Rubicon with our Gazelle 10 up there and some other stuff. We did the trails in Colorado. We did the trails out in eastern Kentucky, Windrock, Badlands in Indiana, you name it. We've done a lot of trails with that hard top and the rough racks attached. So I can honestly say it's as durable as the factory top, I believe, if not even more so. So if you're struggling on which top to get, I would suggest doing some soul searching. Think about the functionality you want and think about what you're going to use it for. If you're just wanting something you can pop off and remove real quick, I think this is the way to go. If you're wanting to be like the factory but just a better quality, this is the way to go. You know, the only thing I would say is that once a year you probably want to go back with the Allen head and tighten up the latches, just because they will work themselves loose a little bit. If you start hearing a little bit more noise or if you hear some rattle, just tighten those up, just a quick turn, and you're solved, problem solved. I do condition my seals, the weather stripping, just like you would the factory hardtop or the other hardtops. I do that about once a year, maybe even a little, probably should do it more often, but no more maintenance on this than what's required of any of the other ones. So, you know, and Anderson Composites, we'll put a link below, has a sheet to make adjustments if you start having those issues, because over time stuff shifts and moves, and I'm sure that's with any top. Another quick mention here, there are some accessories made for the factory hardtop that also fit on the Anderson Composites hardtop just because it's designed like the factory. For example, these JCR brace kits here. It's a lot better quality in stock. This thing right here is very nice. Now, it is not removable. The only downside is that you can't put patches on it, but it's just like stock as far as how it works. Identical to the factory MIG top as far as the function. But as far as, like, you know, whether you want to, I mean, it's got the wipers, all that stuff. You can see the back of it back here. I mean, it looks almost identical as the factory. Great hard top. Highly recommend it. If you guys have any more distinct questions I haven't covered in this video, please do not hesitate to reach out to me in the comments below, or you can reach out to me directly on Instagram or Facebook. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the hard top. It's great. Like I said, no issues at all. And I'd definitely do it again if I had to do it over again. So I want to leave you with that. Peace.